Good day, I am Janine Cell-Cayabyab from BSc 3 Block 1. Today I will discuss about the parts and functions of the cell. But first, we should know what is cell. The cell is from Latin word cellula means small room. It's the basic structural, functional, and biological unit of all known organisms. A cell is the smallest unit of life. Cells are considered the basic units of life in part because they come in discrete and easily recognizable packages. That's because all cells are surrounded by a structure called the cell membrane, which, much like the walls of a house, serves as a clear boundary between the cell's internal and external environments. There are two types of cell. The first one is prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cells are cells without a nucleus. The DNA in prokaryotic cells is the cytoplasm rather than enclosed within a nuclear membrane. Prokaryotic cells are found in single-celled organisms such as bacteria. The second one is eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cells are usually larger than prokaryotic cells, and they are found mainly in multicellular organisms. Eukaryotic cells also contain other organelles besides the nucleus. An organelle is a structure within the cytoplasm that performs a specific job in the cell. Organelles called mitochondria. Here are the parts of the cells and their functions. The first one is nucleus. The nucleus is an organelle found in most eukaryotic cells, the exceptions being red blood cells. In animal cells, it is both the largest and the stiffest organelles and is easily identifiable by light microscopy. The primary functions of the nucleus are to store the cell's DNA, maintain its integrity, and facilitate its transcriptions and replication. The nuclear contents, which include the genetic material and the many proteins required for its processing, are enclosed within a double membrane known as the nuclear envelope, but remain functionally connected to the cytoplasm via nuclear pores. Cell membrane. The cell membrane or the plasma membrane is a thin semi-permeable membrane that surrounds the cytoplasms of a cell. Its function is to protect the integrity of the interior of the cell by allowing certain substances into the cell while keeping other substances out. It also serves as the base of attachments for the cytoskeleton in some organisms and the cell wall in others. Thus, the cell membrane also serves to help support the cell and help maintain its shape. Mitochondria. Mitochondria are membrane-bound cell organelles that generate most of the chemical energy needed to power the cell's biochemical reactions. Chemical energy produced by the mitochondria is stored in a small molecule called adenosine triphosphate. Mitochondria are membrane-bound organelles, but they're membrane-bound with two different membranes. And that's quite unusual for an intercellular organelle. Those membranes functions in the purpose of mitochondria, which is essentially to produce energy. That energy is produced by having chemicals within the cell go through pathways. In other words, be converted. And the process of that conversion produces energy in the form of ATP because the phosphate is a high energy bond and provides energy for other reactions within the cell. So mitochondria's purpose is to produce that energy. Lysosomes. A lysosome is a membrane-bound cells organelles that contains digestive enzymes. Lysosomes are involved with various cell processes. They break down excess or worn-out cells parts. They may be used to destroy invading viruses and bacteria. If the cell is damaged beyond the repair, lysosomes can help it to self-destruct in a process called programmed cell death or apoptosis. Now, the lysosome is a specific type of organelle that's very acidic. So that means that it has to be protected from the rest of the inside of the cell. It's a compartment then that has a membrane around it has stores the digestive enzymes that require this acid, low pH environment. Those enzymes are called hydrolytic enzymes and they break down large molecules into small molecules. Endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a network of membranes inside a cell through which proteins and other molecules move. Proteins are assembled at organelles called ribosomes. When proteins are destined to be part of the cell membrane or exported from the cell, the ribosomes assembling them attach to the endoplasmic reticulum, giving it a rough appearance. Golgi complex. A Golgi body, also known as the Golgi apparatus, is a cell organelle that helps process and package proteins and lipid molecules, especially proteins destined to be exported from the cell. The Golgi body is a portion of the cell that's made up of membranes, and there's different types of membranes. Some of them are tubules, and some of them are vesicles. The Golgi is located right near the nucleus. It's called a perpendicular body, and it's actually right near the endoplasmic reticulum as well. And when proteins come out of the endoplasmic reticulum, they go into the Golgi for further processing. Nucleolus. The nucleolus is a region found within the cell nucleus that is concerned with producing and assembling the cell's ribosomes. Following assembly, ribosomes are transported to the cell cytoplasm where they serve as the sites for protein synthesis. Within the cell nucleus, there's a very specific part called the nucleolus. This does not contain the chromosomes. What this contains is the machinery necessary to assemble the cell's ribosomal RNAs. Ribosomal RNAs then are transported through the nuclear pores into the cytoplasm where they become part of the ribosome, which is the protein machinery. Cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is the gel-like fluid inside the cell. It is the medium for chemical reaction. It provides a platform upon which other organelles can operate within the cell. All of the functions for cell expansion, growth, and replications are carried out in the cytoplasm of a cell. Organelles. Organelles are small structures within the cytoplasm that carry out functions necessary to maintain homeostasis in the cell. They are involved in many processes, for example, energy production, building proteins and secretions, destroying toxins, and responding to external signals. Centrioles. Centrioles are paired barrel-shaped organelles located in the cytoplasm of animal cells near the nuclear envelope. Centrioles play a role in organizing microtubules that serve as the cell's skeletal system. They help determine the locations of the nucleus and other organelles within the cell. Ribosomes. A ribosome is a complex micromolecular structure in the cell which is involved in the process of translation. This is an essential function of all living cells, allowing for the production of proteins in all manner of biological structures. The cell wall. A cell wall is a structure layer surrounding some types of cells, just outside the cell membrane. It can be tough, flexible, and sometimes rigid. It provides the cell wall with both structural support and protections, and also acts as a filtering mechanism. Chromatin. Chromatin is a complex DNA and proteins that forms chromosomes within the nucleus of eukaryotic cells. Nuclear DNA does not appear in free linear standards. It is highly condensed and wrapped around the nuclear proteins in order to fit inside the nucleus. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.